नमस्कार स्टूडेंट्स एंड पेरेंट्स, मैं हूं हिमांशु बर्थवाल फ्रॉम एडमिशन ओवरसीज और आज हमारे साथ है मिस्टर रिचर्ड पीटर्स जो है वाइस प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ सॉल्ट कॉलेज। आज मिस्टर रिचर्ड से हम जानेंगे जो चेंजेस आए हैं कनाडा इमिग्रेशन स्टूडेंट इमिग्रेशन को लेके पिछले जनवरी से लेके अभी तक बड़े ही जल्दी चेंजेस आते रहे हैं। दूसरा हम जानेंगे जो रिसेंटली एसडीएस के चेंजेस आए हैं उस बारे में इनसे बात करेंगे और स्टूडेंट जो प्लान कर रहे हैं कनाडा जाके पढ़ने का तो उन्हें क्या सोचना चाहिए, उनका माइंडसेट क्या होना चाहिए, उन्हें क्या रिसर्च करना चाहिए कि वो एंड में पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट वर्क परमिट और परमानेंट रेजिडेंसी भी ले पाए। So thank you so much, Richard, for coming to Admission Overseas today.
My pleasure.
Thank you, sir. Sir, from a person like you who is at the highest level of academics at a public college in Canada, our students would love to know that what should they think about when they start planning to study in Canada according to the recent changes which have happened recently in the last 10 months.
Right. Okay. That's a great question. I think the students need to understand the Government of Canada has put the controls and measures in place to ensure that the right number of students are coming to the right programs, and those that want to stay and work under postgrad work permit are doing so and able to do so in the areas of the labour market where we have high demand. And similarly, for those that want permanent residency opportunities, similar focus on the areas in the economy where there's high labour market demands. So in a student's shoes today, and if I was a parent, I would be suggesting the student consider first, if I want PR, what is my background and where are the jobs in the Canadian economy that they might need my skills in? And then I would work backwards from that job to the program that I should take, at which institution, in which geographic location, and then come to Admissions Overseas and get that advice as to where those institutions are able to take me.
Excellent. So as you heard it, you need to plan about what program you should take, with that program lead to job opportunities in Canada and finally to permanent residency. So you need to work out on your academic skills and where there are job opportunities in Canada accordingly. Right. Excellent.
Yes.
What are the significant changes which have happened? I know many changes have happened, but according to you, what are the significant changes have happened which will change the future of international student recruitment in Canada?
Well, I think first of all, as again, as I said, the government's controlling the numbers. They know that they can't have a limited number of students looking for a limited number of PR positions. So they put in place a cap nationwide as to how many students can come annually. Okay, that's the first. Second, they've put in measures to ensure that the students that are coming have sufficient funds in their accounts that they can afford the education as well as the living costs. Okay, GIC increase, etc. Yes, exactly right. Yeah. And then the last step, as I mentioned, is to make sure that there aren't so many coming that are more than the jobs that are available ultimately for PGWP or the permanent residency opportunities. Those are the major changes. And I think they're long overdue, and I think the Government of Canada is taking the right steps. I might argue that the speed at which they've implemented these changes should have been stretched out over a long time frame, and certainly the rush to introduce them over the last 10 months in pieces has created a lot of anxiety and confusion.
Yeah.
But in total, the system is moving towards more of an Australian-type model.
It has been too fast, whatever is happening. Sometimes it becomes hard to keep a track on. Yeah. So as you heard it, students, 3 major जो significant changes आए हैं। सबसे पहला उन्होंने हर colleges के हिसाब से एक कोटा बना दिया है, एक कैप बना दिया है कि हम इससे ज़्यादा नंबर ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स नहीं लेंगे। दूसरा उन्होंने क्या करा है कि एक कॉस्ट ऑफ लिविंग जो है आपकी GIC देखने के लिए आपके पास सफिशिएंट फंड्स हैं वो इंक्रीज कर दिया है। तीसरा उन्होंने क्या करा है कि एक लिस्ट ऑफ प्रोग्राम्स बना दी है जो इन डिमांड ऑक्यूपेशन के लिए है, यानी वहाँ पे जो ऑक्यूपेशंस लेस हैं, मतलब स्टूडेंट्स जिसके लिए लेस हैं, उन्होंने एक लिस्ट बना दी है विच आर पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट वर्क परमिट एलिजिबल प्रोग्राम्स। तो ये 3 मेजर चेंजेस आए हैं। One more change which recently happened is, I think 2 days back, was SDS has been removed. But I've been seeing a lot of hype in the market. Many other, student recruitment consultants saying, "Oh, now Canada has open again. SDS has been removed. You can now reach Canada. You don't have to pay the tuition fees. You don't have to show the cost of living funds." and easily within few thousand rupees you can reach Canada. What is your say on that?
I think the parents and the students need to go back to fundamentally what the Canadian government has been doing over the past 10 months, which is putting controls in place to ensure the right numbers come and the right caliber and quality of students are coming. The collapse of the SDS stream of visa applications was simply, and the government website explains this, was to create one stream instead of two, and one stream that was uniform across the globe. For students that want to come to Canada to study, now there's just one stream. Don't read into it to think that they're opening the doors, that you can come with less money or anything like this. That's not the case. The government is simply saying, let's create one streamlined mechanism for visa processing called the general stream. You still need the quality caliber financial documents, academic documents. You still need the SOP to read, to show your plans, and that you're a high-quality student looking for a high-quality education and some high-quality work experience.
Students, parents, especially parents, ये आपका फर्ज बनता है जानना कि SDS जो मार्केट में बहुत ज़्यादा हाइप किया जा रहा है, वाह मज़ा आ गया, SDS हट गया, SDS हटने के बाद अब आप आओ, अब कनाडा $1,000 में जा सकते हो, 60,000 में, 70,000 रुपये में कनाडा पहुंच सकते हो. ये सब गलत इन्फॉर्मेशन है. इन इन्फॉर्मेशन में ना जाएं. आपके सामने मिस्टर रिचर्ड पीटर्स हैं जो वाइस प्रेसिडेंट हैं सॉल्ट कॉलेज के. वहाँ पे इनको काफ़ी सालों का एक्सपीरियंस है, एंड यू आर हियरिंग इट फ्रॉम समबडी हु इज़ लेजिटिमेट, हु अंडरस्टैंड्स द मार्केट. आपको ये समझना पड़ेगा कि ये SDS रिमूव होने का मतलब नहीं है कि कनाडा खुल गया है. SDS रिमूव होने का मतलब ये है कि वो अब सारे स्टूडेंट्स को अपॉर्चुनिटी देना चाहते हैं आने के लिए. वो एक अलग से स्कीम नहीं बना रहे हैं कि आप ये प्रायोरिटी है SDS वाली, बट they will look at your academics, they will look at your relevancy of program, they will look at your financial funds कि आपके पास पैसे हैं कि नहीं. तो अभी भी जो GIC है in place है, तो you can use $20,000 GIC for that to make your file stronger. You can still pay full tuition fees. आप याद रखिए, प्रोविंशियल अटेस्टेशन लेटर कई कॉलेजेस दे रहे हैं बिना ट्यूशन फी पे किए, पर उस पर वीज़ा नहीं आएगा. वो वीज़ा लेना आसान नहीं है. So some colleges are giving, I was talking about PAL, and they're not asking for the full tuition fees. What is your thought on that? Will they get the visas?
I think it's a misnomer. The colleges do definitely want to collect their fees to show the students' commitment and the confirmation of that seat. They're issuing the provincial attestation letter at the same time for the convenience of the consultancies we work with. Not to encourage the students to apply without making the financial commitments that they ordinarily would and should. If the visa officers, we feel, are looking at this case, they want to see that the student has shown that commitment by confirming their seat with the receipts to that institution to show they're a serious student, making a serious application to a college and a serious application for visa to the Canadian government.
इसका मतलब ये है कि अगर कोई आपको पैल दे रहा है और कह रहा है तो आपको फीस पे करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, आप फीस आफ्टर वीज़ा ले लेना या फीस आफ्टर वीज़ा पे कर देना, उस पर वीज़ा नहीं आएगा. तो हम ये सारी इन्फॉर्मेशन इसलिए आपको देना चाहते हैं कि आपको एग्जैक्टली बताओ कि हो क्या रहा है. Canada ultimately wants students who can fit in the Canadian economy for the labor market shortage they have in Canada. So you have to choose your program accordingly. You have to make sure that your program is postgraduate work permit eligible. You have to do your research and planning very well before you go to Canada. Your words to the parents and student, finally, what they should do before coming to Canada.
I think as in any major investment, your investment in your education or your child's education, it's critical to look at the options out there, not just, to Canada, but Canada versus other countries. And if your objective is to study and come home, you can make any choice. Study and work, only some countries are presently offering that postgrad work permit. If instead you're looking at postgrad work permit and then PR, then there are fewer countries that provide that opportunity,
including
Canada. So do your research, look to the programs that are PGWP eligible and that have high labor market demands in Canada within the STEM as well as the healthcare and trade sectors.
Very good. तो इन शॉर्ट में बता दूं, सर कह रहे हैं कि आप कनाडा आके PR ले सकते हो अगर आप आना चाहते हो कनाडा पढ़ने के लिए तो आपको अपना रिसर्च करना पड़ेगा और स्टेम प्रोग्राम्स, ट्रेड प्रोग्राम्स या हेल्थ केयर प्रोग्राम्स में आप चूज़ करें अपने कॉलेजेस में, और मेक श्योर करें कि वो प्रोग्राम पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट वर्क परमिट एलिजिबल हो, जिससे आपकी फ्यूचर में पॉइंट्स बन सके और पीआर आ सके. कैन यू टेल अस अबाउट what kind of programs Sault College has, and the Sault College is offering those postgraduate work permit eligible programs?
And again, they're in the same field, so not all programs that Sault College has offered in the past are currently PGWP eligible per the Government of Canada's latest announcement, but we do have quite a number in the healthcare field, such as nursing, OTA, PTA, personal support worker, many in the trades, such as mechanical engineering technology, also welding and materials handling. Supply chain management is more one in the commerce area that's PGWP eligible as well. So at approximately, I would say, maybe 20 to 25 programs. A list of those eligible programs is on our website.
Excellent. तो बच्चों सुन लिया आपने, 20-25 प्रोग्राम अभी भी सू कॉलेज में हैं जो पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट वर्क परमिट एलिजिबल हैं. इसी तरह सारे ओंटारियो के कॉलेजेस की लिस्ट आ चुकी है और आप हमारे ऑफिस आ सकते हैं, वो लिस्ट देख सकते हैं और अपनी प्लानिंग कर सकते हैं कि आपने कनाडा में कहाँ पढ़ने जाना है और किस प्रोग्राम से आपको पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट वर्क परमिट मिलेगा. एंड फाइनली सर, थैंक यू सो मच. Any final words for the audience?
I know the last few months, the stories from Canada have created, again, a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress. It's good to take some time to consider, do that research that my colleague Himanshu assured that you should be doing. Take the time to look at the labour markets in Canada. Take the time to look at the different geographic locations of the institutions, the programs they offer, and make an informed choice based on that research. Don't just listen to others blindly. Do your research. It's your investment, your money, your time, and you ought to take this time that you do have over the next month or so seriously to do that research before coming and speak to consultancy to lodge your applications.
Thank you, sir. तो बच्चों सुन लिया आपने, अपना रिसर्च अच्छे से करो. कनाडा एक कंट्री है जो आपको अभी भी पढ़ने के लिए इनवाइट कर रहा है, आपको पीआर देने को रेडी है, बट यू शुड चूज द राइट प्रोग्राम. And thank you so much, sir, for your support and coming to Admission Overseas today. My pleasure, really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.